I need to hit go live. That would help.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the chat, everybody. We're filming a video for YouTube right now, and we thought it would be cool to get some live feedback from you guys. So if anybody has any questions, or you want to say what's up, or just get a shout out, come on down. You know.
First off, before we get to this really going, does anybody have anything they want to just let us know, or maybe have a question about something before we really just go into this?
I don't know what we're going into.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking. As you guys know, this is our live stream. This is our thank you video that we're trying to make. First off, I'm going to let Richard say something. Go ahead and kick it off, bud.
Yeah, we wanted to say thank you guys just for all the support you've given us. You know, the channel's blown up a lot this year. At the end of last year, I was fighting to get 200 subscribers, and as it stands, we got about 430 now, and the year's not even over. And that's awesome. You know, we're not a big channel. And hey guys, Richard from Forsyth here with my buddy Daryl.
Hey.
And he's looking very purple today.
Purple.
And I'm looking very scruffy. And together we are Purple Scruffy, a new boy band.
Scruffy.
Well, that's for another day. I want to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. We reached 400, which to me is pretty darn amazing. And some personal shout outs real quick. Some new people who've started commenting a lot. I want to thank Adele Blair. It's been good talking to you and seeing your comments. And Pie Eater Joe, that's another one. I like that name a lot. Demon, what's up, man? You called me Michael, but my name's Richard. I'll forgive you though, because you're cool. And Jay Miller. So I'm gonna try to give you guys shout outs more often when I can.
But I definitely want to just say thank you to everybody. You know, when we started doing this, I didn't think that anybody really cared that much to do it. So when we did silly shit, I was like, well, it's just something for me to watch whenever I want to watch. And then people watched it and actually were entertained. I was really surprised by that. I was really expecting people to be turned off and be like, listen, these guys are on crack. I mean, there's just no other choice. These guys have to be on something. And, you know, we have a weird personality, weird sense of humor, and we try and bring that out in everything we do. Like he said, we did do videos way back in the day. We would take video, but we would have to shoot it shot by shot. So if there was a shot that was shot across town, we'd do that shot, then we'd come right back here. Shoot across town, come back here. We had to try and keep it in consecutive order. And then when we were like, you know, yeah, when we said, oh God, we're just losing light, we decided, well, our first editing station was 2 VCRs. And Richard would be up all night with one master VCR recording off the other VCR. And then eventually it would kind of look all right. We'd be like, that's pretty hilarious, so let's just go with it.
Keep in mind, it wasn't 2 VCRs because we're old, or only because we're old, but because we were poor as well. We couldn't afford a cool switcher thing and 2 cameras. It was all, we got to bounce back and forth between tapes.
Absolutely. And then we moved on to better equipment as things progressed, but we still had the whole mentality of moving on to high 8s, but then using the little adapter to VHS to take it off of and record onto. And it was just basically painstaking. He'd be editing a night video that would take him to like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
That hasn't changed.
I'll be asleep by 9, of course, because I'm a princess sometimes.
Well, so when we first started the channel, honestly, it wasn't so much of an avenue for our weird videos that we made on VHS as it was, or actually in that point, Sony 8mm cameras. It wasn't that. It was more, we're going to take these cameras, we're going to go out, and we're going to catch our local band friends. And I think the first band we ever had on the channel, even before our bands, was Alma Persona. And later on, I want to say Forever's Calling. Is that the name?
Forever's Calling.
Might have been the second one. But we've had so many bands come through now. You know, Chemtrail, we just recently did a live shoot for them at Vinyl. And then, you know, we've had, gosh, besides our bands like Mama Gun and everything, and Balls Jovi and all that stuff, there's been a lot of, who else we get in there?
We got a lot of us. Well, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of our bands, but like Spearmint Brewers recently, a little Delta. Anytime we can get out and catch some guys
playing, and if they'll let us put some stuff out there, you know, Helvetica Effect, Paracosm, all those guys, we would put it up on the page.
We're snowing down the street, somewhere between D and E. Well, here we'll get warm when we lose down at liquor stores.
You know, our first real popular video though was humidifier versus dehumidifier.
Yes. Now, I think the only reason why it was popular is because of the actual title was humidifier versus dehumidifier. I think people actually thought that we were trying to review humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and then when they got there, they were sadly misinformed.
They thought it was legit. It was not. Look up humidifier versus dehumidifier. It's like the worst 2 minutes of your life.
It was our first green screen experience, so
Yeah.
you know, it took a lot of work to do, but we just made a story. It was just something to be like, hey, let's just, you be a dehumidifier, I'll be a humidifier, and hell, let's just go with it. So, anyway, I want to say hey to everybody just joined, especially Clint. Clint just joined. He actually used to be running around with us all the time making these videos in VHS. Unfortunately, a lot of the VHSs are just badly gone. So, unfortunately, we may not be able to get all of the ones that we had at one point. I know he just recently posted one.
Oh, Daryl's so awesome. I can't wait till it comes back.
No, what happened? Who did this? Charlie, stop. Who did this? Come on, tell me who. Tell me.
Graduate Dracula.
No, Charlie, no, don't die. No.
On the page now you can find Graduate Dracula, which has myself, Daryl, and Clint. And you can find Cups, which has Clint, Daryl, I can't remember everybody in it. I'm awful now. Clayton was in that one.
Yeah.
David, I think that was it. Shandy might have been there. He might have been at home that day. Some people from the old neighborhood. Which has Clint, Daryl, I can't remember everybody in it. I'm awful now. Clayton was in that one.
Yeah.
David, I think that was it. Shandy might have been there. He might have been at home that day. Some people from the old neighborhood. Somebody got any questions? I'm too blind to see.
I just see a lot of what's up, and like I said, hey. Ray and Rudy said it's a lot like creating music. So I think he was probably talking about the VHS stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since nobody else has any questions, I'm just going to start pulling questions from here. Well, since we already touched on it a little bit already, how do we get our ideas for the vids?
Anywhere. And these questions have been asked to us a number of times, so we kind of figured we'd put them on here. Inspiration comes from anywhere, you know, just whatever makes us laugh. Usually it's just like we'll be spitballing some ideas, and they'll just kind of grow, usually out of control, and then we have to reel them back in.
Yeah. Tony's Used Cars was one of the ones that I always go back to, because that one, I know how that one started. I had a dream that we weren't necessarily used car salesmen, but for some reason we were really crappy car salesmen. And then from there I told Richard that I was like, man, this just keeps coming to me. We got to make something with it. And then from just that one little idea, we made Tony's Used Cars, and because we realized that our cars at the time were definitely not the best.
Yeah, the cars in the video were our real cars, if that tells you anything.
And I'll be honest with you, that 95 Ford Mustang was just as shitty as you think it is. I promise you. Okay? So, I loved it at the time, but of course I was also 20-something years old, so. What's your favorite video?
Wow. That's a tough one, but if you go back through the Jugs and Hot Pants series, I think episode 5 of the first season, which was actually titled Project X Part 3, and it was like 22 minutes, and it was one of the first HD videos. I think it was actually the 3rd or 4th HD video on the channel, and it's just funny. I get a laugh out of it every time I watch it. So the Jugs and Hot Pants Project X Part 3 was mine.
Man,
I'm not reckless. I'm a professional badass. I get shit done.
What have you got done, Jugs?
Well, your mom for one.
That's it, Jugs. Get out of my car.
You get out of my car.
You don't drive. Your mom was killed by a jaywalker. You're afraid to get behind the wheel.
Right. Well, your mustache is stupid.
Jugs, get out. I need a partner, not a drunk piece of crap like you.
Oh, the worst part about words is, hot pants, they hurt. That one's pee.
Yeah, my favorite video, I hate to keep on throwing it out there, but Tony's Used Cars and Dehumidifier versus Humidifier were contenders for the top two. Was the Tony's Used Cars. We just had that idea, and it actually inspired us to start doing more stuff. Because when he first edited it, he put it on a Jump Drive or something, on video or something. Anyway, we watched it about 7 times on his TV, and we're like, this is hilarious. And then from there, we made other stupid videos. But Dehumidifier versus Humidifier got a lot of hits, and it was so ridiculous that I didn't think anybody would actually watch it. And yet, it became one of the top videos for a while. I was like, well, maybe we just gotta be over the top. Maybe we just gotta be those guys that are either humidifiers or dehumidifiers. So, if I got any advice for you kids out there, be a humidifier.
Yeah. Well, I was a humidifier, so thanks.
That's what I'm saying. A
Or
humidifier plays
it's
guitar.
an important question you have to ask yourself every day. Today, am I going to be a humidifier or a dehumidifier?
Yeah.
I think I might be yelling out random names because I can't see those as well as Daryl can. Might be making shit up. Toby McGuire's here. Awesome. Elijah Wood. I thought they were the same person. There's some famous people.
Yeah, we need to get your eyes checked, bro. After we fix your transmission, we'll get those eyes checked. We definitely like to do more band videos, especially live videos, for a lot of other bands out there. And I am going to let y'all know that if y'all are in a band, y'all want a video shot, and just so you can use it, you know, hey, just hit us up. Just talk to us. You know, send us a message. And just let you guys know that if this is something that everybody likes and they like for us to do it, you know, we can start doing more. Hey, you know, here it is Saturday night. This is what's going on this weekend, next weekend, stuff of that nature. You know, we may be inundated by a lot, but if y'all want to send us something and say, hey, you know, we're going to be playing this place on next Saturday, maybe we can do a video and help promote that and let people know that, hey, there is other bands out there that definitely are worth seeing and checking out. So please do.
I think maybe we could do, you know, it doesn't take long to get this little setup going. This is our first time trying this type of live stream, podcasty kind of format. So if, you know, it seems like I've had a good time. You guys seem to be having a good time with it. So maybe just we could do this like before practice once a week or so and just chill with you guys for like 30 minutes and see what's going on, talk about what's happening in the scene.
The view sales with YouTube and such.
Make no money.
Yeah, what kind of funding would you say do we have when it comes to making absolutely any of these videos?
This many dollars.
$0. That is correct. We either make it ourselves, we fund it ourselves, and we write it ourselves. We do everything. Basically, the only thing I never really touch is the editing on the audio or video, which is mostly done by this gentleman to my right, which is Richard.
But you do help record, and then you record.
Well, just because I help record doesn't mean I go in there and turn a knob or anything. What would you say is probably the future of what we're going to be doing later on down the road?
We got this dog, followed us in the house.
Hey, dog.
If anybody knows who this dog belongs to, you can have it.
And you know, we want to keep. You know, I want to keep doing the guitar tutorials through my Richard's guitar restoration thing, but we really want to get into doing more local music videos and funny stuff again, because it's been a while since we've been able to really have the time to do really just funny things like Jugs and Hot Pants. Like one thing I've been talking about, it's really hard to do seasons of it, which is what the initial intention was. So we want to try to do like 30 40 to 45 minute mini movies that are just all inclusive in one video, so that you get a complete story, because I actually want it to be a storyline that you can follow. Well, one thing we haven't touched on is it's also there to archive a lot of this stuff, because the internet, as long as there's power in the world, the internet will probably be around and accessible, and these videos will exist. So, you know, when we're old men, we can look back on the YouTube and see the silly things we used to do. And so that's why every once in a while you'll see something that pops up that says, you know, Forsyth Archive, and it'll be like an Orphic video or an old thing. It's just something I've stumbled across in one of the myriad of hard drives or tapes or something that I've been able to convert over. So, but that's the whole point of Forsyth, is it's always been about music and family. That's really what it's always been about. And any of you awesome folks who knew me back in the days when I was running the studio, you know, and supported me back then, when I really had nothing but the equipment and the shirt on my back, like, you guys know that. It was all about family. We would always come together. If somebody needed equipment, we'd get it for them. You know, we'd call around, we'd say, hey man, my buddy needs a guitar, my buddy needs an amp, you know, we'd get it worked out. If a local band needed a show, we'd make it happen. You know, sometimes we threw shows at the Courtyard just because somebody called me up and said, hey man, my band really needs somewhere to play, can you help me out? And then before you know it, there'd be 100 kids in my backyard.
Yeah, technology. With the way our first equipment was, yeah, sharing it definitely brings back the whole fact that, you know, where we came from. And shout out to Chris. I appreciate it. You know, we'll look at to maybe borrow some of that equipment. We'll go from there. And Miss Sherry Morris.
Sherry.
We love that comment. Thank you. We try to be ourselves when we can. Sometimes I'm just goofy, but that's just my character on the channel, period. Hey, I can't be serious.
I want to say hi to David Post. What's up, David?
And, you know, just to touch on the fact of where we used to come from, that's another thing that was pretty funny. You know, we've always talked about, you know, the things we've had. I'm sure all musicians can be like, yeah, I had this crappy acoustic that, you know, the strings were off about 3 inches in the air, could barely touch the fretboard if you touched it. You know, one of the things that we used to have, and Clint can attest to this, we used to have a Tosh PA system. And
that was awful.
Richard got it, and yeah, that thing was awful. You go above the volume of 2 and it clipped. And that was like the first thing that we ever tried to use as a PA system. And our first actual recording device was a Windows ME computer from Gateway, which, you know, that was great. Hooked to this long skinny mic that was very small, and basically we played to it late at night in my living room while people were sleeping. I lost my train of thought.
Sharing is caring, so, you know, a lot of times live you'll see us play with bands and we'll share our gear. You know, we got no problem doing that. You know, that's what it's all about, unity and having fun. And it's not, I don't care how good of a musician you are. I don't care, you know, how much money you have. The only thing I care about is if you're a decent person.
Just so people know, we go way back. Like, what were we, middle school? Like, very middle school? Like, literally, we only got to be friends because I had a Sega Genesis, or did you have a Sega Genesis?
I think we found out he had a Sega Genesis. No, I had a Sega. You had a Super, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, anyway, we both had a Nintendo system or whatever that we liked of each other, so we hung out a lot. And what's funny is when we started to play, his mom or dad got him for Christmas a bass. And my mom got me an Alvarez, I think it was, acoustic guitar. Was it Alvarez? Was I wrong?
Yamaha.
Was it Yamaha? Okay, Yamaha.
Susan was the name of that guitar, by the way.
And I realized, wow, I really don't want to be that talented. So I was like, let me borrow the bass. And I started playing. And I was like, I like it. You know, I can play one string. That's great. You know. And Rich was like, yeah, I can play with my whole hand. So let me go ahead and get this from you. And that's how we started. No amps. I had an electric bass that we thought, you know, it was pretty cool to play that you think you can hear.
Yeah. We plugged into the crappy PA as we got older. We had a crappy PA, you know.
Yeah.
But what we like to do is bring in some of you guys too. You know, have some of you guys drop by the studio, say what's up, maybe play a little guitar or something. Mm-hmm. We're working on a way to stream like all the mics from the drum kit and all the mics from the instruments and Eva's live mics so that we can do some maybe just live practices and it'd be studio quality stuff. So that's another thing coming up in the future. But you guys, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. Appreciate all the support you're giving the channel. That's what this video was about. And Daryl, say anything?
No, I mean, basically it's been covered, but I do appreciate it. It looks like it's been about 35 minutes of y'all actually watching us and talk and babble on.
Don't know how
So,
you did it.
I mean, now we really appreciate that. You have no idea. I mean, just to sit here and listen to me for 5 minutes is torture. So I completely understand 35 minutes. I probably owe y'all money now.
Yeah.
Collect it from Richard.
Go back in the video, rewind, look at the shows coming up this weekend. Go out and see them. And go over to youtube.com/4side video. Check us out. Go back through the videos. There's a lot of crazy and weird stuff and tutorials and just everything. So thanks a lot, everybody. Oh, look at the hearts coming.
Ooh, that's a heart.
All the hearts coming. You guys rule, and we will see you next time.
Yes. Thank y'all so much.
Signing off.
And off to Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Done. That was successful. Oh, but my ass is asleep.
Daryl's ass is asleep.
Oh, look like Halloween. This chair is rock ass hard.